I have been teased a lot about liking white men. And it's funny because the majority of the people that I like are white men, or probably Hispanic, or probably Samoan, or probably, like, for instance, my favorite actors. Number one, Denzel Washington. I don't think anybody can top that man. Even though I'm still mad at Will Smith. I like Martin. Love Johnny Depp. Support Johnny Depp, by the way. We're going to talk about that later. I love Johnny Depp ever since Nightmare on Elm Street. Even though he looked a little nerdy in that movie, he still was cute to me. And I've been following Johnny Depp ever since. Didn't too much like Crybaby movie, but oh well, it is what it is. Matthew McConaughey, you got to say it right. You got a Matthew McConaughey, because that man right there, baby. And his accent, he's from Texas. And for y'all who don't know, the little town that the guy did the shooting at the elementary school, and where he killed the 19 children and the 2 teachers, if I hope I'm correct, that's where Matthew McConaughey was born at. That was his hometown. Let me see. I love Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, love him. My favorite wrestler, like I said, I have, Antonio Banderas. That is my guy. I don't care how old that man get, he's still gorgeous to me. And I love his accent. And Jean-Claude Van Damme. I love to hear that man speak French. Love it, love it, love it. Watch one of his videos. He sounds amazing speaking French. John Stamos was like a little teenage. When I used to watch Full House, I used to like him. And Jason Statham. Oh, love Jason Statham. I love his athleticism. I love his accent. I love his humor, everything. His dangerousness and his movies, love it. Sylvester Stallone, that's my guy right there. That is my guy right there. I love him. And I also like Bruce Lee, number one, all-time favorite. Even though I know he's not alive anymore. That's besides the point. The man is still a legend. And Jackie Chan, and I like Tony Jaa, and I like, for y'all who don't know who Tony Jaa is, if y'all watch Fast and Furious, y'all would know he's the Chinese guy that fought Paul Walker in Fast and Furious. Yeah, he didn't really have no short scene, but it was good. But let me tell y'all, Paul Walker, that's my heart. If y'all see me get a little mushy, it's because that's how much I've been in love with Paul Walker since I was a kid. I used to watch his TV show. I used to watch when him and Reese Witherspoon used to play the movie where everybody was in color except for them two. I forgot what it was called, but it was like a TV show. I was a teenager living in Cleveland, and I did not miss that man's show whatsoever. And I have grew up watching all the Paul Walker movies. I probably got every last movie that he got. That is, still have DVDs. They're more of collection items now than anything. But I got the majority of all of his movies. I watched all of his movies. But there's some movies that I did not watch, or I watched it and then I forgot the name of it. But when he passed away, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm going to say that again. My daughter and my kids know how much I love this man. And so my daughter ended up calling me one day and she was like, Mom, we just chatting it up or whatever. And then she's like, oh Mom, I forgot to tell you that that guy that you love so much, he passed away. And I'm like, be more specific? And she was like, the actor, the white guy. And I was like, oh yeah, you definitely got to be more specific. She's like, Mom, really? She's like, the white guy that you love so much. And I'm like, who are you talking about, Paul Walker? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, he didn't die. I'm like, he's not dead. I said, people be just saying some stupid stuff. I said, but he's not dead. They probably did what you call it, a hoax? Well, whatever. When you lie on somebody and you say that somebody's dead and they're not. I said, because they just said Eddie Murphy, he died in a ski crash that he had, and he was still living. And she's like, no, Mom, he's on CNN. It's been on CNN since the day he died. And it's been like a few days now. Now me, I'm thinking like, why did I not know this? Why did I not know this? But I'm not a social media person like that, so no, I would probably, and I don't watch TV that much because like I said, I'm too engaged with kids, so I'm barely watching TVs. And I just happened to go in the bedroom and put it on CNN. Sure enough, that was on there, and I sat on that bed and I cried like a baby. Laugh at me all you want to, but when you are a fan of a person and you grew up watching that person and loving that person that long, it's like you know them even though you never met them. And that was one on my bucket list, to go and meet this man, but I never got to meet him. But anyway, so when I went to, my whole day was just destroyed. And I remember it was on a Saturday. My whole day was like seriously destroyed. And so I ended up going to work like that following Monday. And so my friends, they already know who I am. I had a van. It was a, oh shucks, my white van, I forgot what it was. It was a nice white van too. But I had my stickers on there. They used to call it the Paul Walker Mobile. I had my Paul Walker stickers on there. So my friends came up to me and they was like, I know you saw the news over the weekend and this and that and the other. Had me in tears. I had to go back to the bathroom and wipe my tears and stuff. That's how emotional I was about his death. Man, whatever computer that I signed on to, it had Paul, and this was before his death. Whatever computer I signed on to at work, Paul Walker was my screensaver. Paul Walker was my screensaver on my phone. Paul Walker was on my car. Paul Walker was on my keys. Paul Walker was all over the place. Trust me when I tell you, Paul Walker was all over the place on my office wall and stuff. Man, to this day. So when the last movie that he played in, Fast and Furious, I went to go see Brick Mansion. That was actually you know what? Now you think about it, yep, Brick Mansion and then Fast and Furious. So I went to go see Brick Mansion. I liked it. You know, I liked it. A lot of action. And then when I went to go see Fast and Furious, me and my kids went to go see Fast and Furious. And this was the last Fast and Furious. And then how they did the scene where, you know, he's outside, which we know that it was his brother. Because his brother is actually a lot taller and a lot leaner than him. But, he was on the beach with the wife and the child, and then they played that song, It's Been a Long Day. That song right there. I ain't gonna sing for y'all know. Make me sing for y'all become Beyonce. Okay, Banaka, not Beyonce. But anyway, they ended up, I had to leave out the theater because I was so choked up. It was unbelievable. So that didn't go well. And then I turned around on my birthday. I ended up going to watch the movie again. I watched that movie 3 times, people, 3 times. And I still got all 3 of my tickets where I went to go watch the movie 3 times. And it was just an emotional movie. And if I was to watch it now, today, I get emotional. That's how I am. Very emotional. Well, yeah. So we're going to start talking about Paul Walker right now. Okay, so my favorite wrestler. My favorite wrestlers when I was young. My favorite wrestlers was the British Bulldogs. It was Roddy Piper. It was Andre the Giant. I actually liked that Hulk Hogan. I liked it. Ravishing Rick Rude. I like the Jake the Snake Robbers. I like, of course, The Undertaker. I didn't too much like Kane that much, but I like The Undertaker. Let's see. This pollen is really kicking my butt, people. I'm sorry. I like, it was like so many. But those are the ones, like the favorite ones that I really, really liked. And Macho Man Randy Savage, I loved him. And now the up-to-date wrestlers is Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Triple H. I like Triple H back in the day too. I like Charlotte. I like Sasha Banks. I like Naomi. I like the Usos. I like Seth Rollins. I like Dean Ambrose, which is now John Mox on the other. I like Chris Jericho. Loved him back in the day as well. He's an old timer and he came up, you know, and he's still doing his thing. Like him. There's a lot of them that I like, but who I love Roman Reigns. Who y'all probably don't know his name is oh, hold on, what is his name? It's J I know I-E. Yeah, because he's Hawaiian, he's Samoan. So, and he used to play football in college, and he ended up becoming a wrestler. What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Mama Celena. As y'all can see, I'm still seeking a new name, but today is a good day. Well, not too good. We lost our tournament game, but it's okay. It's all about the kids at the end of the day, performance and everything. I think the boys did pretty well. We could have, we had a few turnovers that ended up putting the team ahead of us, but besides that, I think the boys did really, really well. You know, it just wasn't our weekend, you know, but today's a good day for me. Today, what I'm going to do is talk about me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so for those who know me, everybody know me as Celena, Lena, Lean, Salami, or Lena Bina. And of course, everybody know I just turned 50 years old on May 4th. Do I look like it? No. Do I feel like it? No. Gotta be youthful because I do have a 14-year-old still, and I have grandbabies that I am raising, that I go see from time to time, and spend a lot of time with. So, you know, you have to have that strength, you have to have that energy, you know. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just tell you guys, get a little, what they call a biography of me. Of course, y'all know I was born May 4th, and I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I was a nerd, and still is a nerd. When I went to school, I moved to, because I didn't stay in Cleveland my whole entire life. I moved to Defiance, Ohio when I was 12 years old, stayed with my father and my two brothers. One of my brothers passed away in 1990, but my other brother is still alive, but my father is no longer living. But I had a great childhood, really, really good childhood. When I lived in Defiance, man, I was pretty active, positive and a little negative. I'll tell you about my little negative. I had got... They accused me, I went to the mall one day and they accused me of stealing film, which I did not have on me. My dad gave me $200. Our allowance at the time was $200 a week. We had to put $100 in our bank account. We had to hold $100 and spend however we want to spend it. I had $100 on me, and me and my friend at the time and her boyfriend's sister went to a store. It was Ames at the time in Defiance Mall. They ended up saying that I stole when we all walked out the mall, walked out the door, the beeper went off, and then I didn't realize that the girl had put the film on me, but she did. So when they made us all walk back through the mall, walk back through the doors separately, it went off on me. And I didn't understand why it went off on me, considering that I did not have anything on me. And then what I look like by stealing film when I didn't even own a camera. And my daddy, he owned cameras, but he owned expensive cameras, and the film that was on me was Polaroid camera. Polaroid film at the time, y'all kids don't know what that is. It's film that you put inside a camera and then you take it instantly and it'll print the picture off instantly. Instead of going to Walmart or whatever and getting it printed off, it instantly prints itself. So I was put in jail. In an actual jail. They took me downtown, they put me in jail, and I was only in jail for like probably 2 hours the most, because my dad was at work at the time, and he ended up had to get off work to come and get me from jail. Now, because my dad was a well-known person and very respectable person in Defiance, Ohio, he did not take me to a juvenile center. He just took me to the jail and had my dad to come and pick me up. However, I ended up on probation. I'll tell you, I ended up on probation, and with the probation rules, I tell you kids, you do not want to be on probation. No, you have no freedom at all, and it has gotten stricter than what it was when I was younger. And I ended up on probation, and I had to do, I think it was like 200 hours of community service. Our community service was cleaning up on a cemetery. Now, cemetery, for real? No, I know that the dead is the dead, but at the end of the day, I think it's disrespectful to step on grave sites and graves like that. But you know, I guess that was our punishment or whatever. And I had to go with a group of people and do it. The first time I went, I literally hated it. First of all, our person that had to take us, community service director that had to take us, his truck smelled really weird, and it was all junky and stuff, and I hate junk. I have OCD, and I literally hate junk. So, but we all had to get crammed up in that truck. Oh my God, the worst ever. But I didn't like it, and so when it was time for me to go, and I had to go every Sunday from 9 to 12 or 9 to 2, I would pretend that I'm sick. Sure will. So every time I go to my PO, she would tell me, you know, you didn't go to your probation, you didn't go to your community service, so we're gonna, every time you don't go and don't comply, we're gonna add more hours and more hours. Ugh. Okay. So anyway, and then by Defiance, Ohio being very small, you can't hide yourself in Defiance, Ohio, because it was black people there, but it was majority was Hispanic and whites, but it was, you know, quite a few black people, you know, nice sized black people there or whatever. But the thing about it is you stand out, and considering, like I said, that my father was very well known, he was very known with the police officers and everything, they already knew who I was. So when I called myself dressing in all black and going to the arcade downtown and hanging out downtown where everybody hung out at the time, you know, that spot where everybody hang out and stuff. When I go see my PO, she already had it listed that one of the officers saw me at 12. My probation, my curfew was 9 o'clock, and I didn't never go in until after, you know, that time, because at the time I was spending the night at someone's house or whatever. So my dad stopped me from spending the night over at people's houses because I was not complying with the times or anything like that. But, and then I got into a fight, and the girl ended up telling on me. I beat her up in the bathroom. Nothing to be proud of, because I'm not proud of it at all. But I beat her up in the bathroom, and she ended up telling on me. And that person just so happens to know my probation officer, and it got reported. So yeah, I got in trouble again. My goodness, like, I couldn't win for losing in that mug. But hey, I used to call myself, back in the day, smoking cigarettes, but man, my thing of smoking cigarettes was not. I don't know what the hell I was doing, because I don't know what the hell I was doing, to be honest. And then I got caught smoking cigarettes, so my dad told me that if I wanted to have that type of habit, he was going to take my allowance away, and well, guess what? That habit is gone bye-bye. So that was that. In Defiance, I ended up going in Defiance, I had an awful lot of friends, awful lot of really good friends. I actually had my second job in Defiance as a strawberry picker. Don't laugh, people. It was nothing slavery about that. It was literally a strawberry patch where we had to pick strawberries, and we got paid for it. And being as young as we was, that was some really good money. Plus, I get allowance and everything like that. Not all parents was giving kids allowance like that. My dad had an extremely good job, so he was able to afford to give us that allowance, and pay bills and stuff, and still have a lot of money on the side. So before that, let me go back some. When I lived in Cleveland, before my dad moved to Defiance, I went to go stay with my dad for the summer, and that was my very first job, was working at his store. He had a candy store, a restaurant, and an arcade all in one. And my dad was extremely popular yet again in Cleveland, and his store was very popular. So that was my first job, but we got paid, but not like all my money went right back into the arcade games and into the food and everything. So but it was something that was my very first job. And then my second job, when my dad moved to Defiance, I moved with him for some years. I ended up doing strawberry picking, but that was just for like a few weeks in the summer. It wasn't nothing extreme or anything like that. I was very spoiled, extremely spoiled by my mom and my dad. And so therefore I really did not have to work. I just wanted to do it because I was kind of bored or whatever. Then I wanted to, hang out with my friends, whatever. And since they had to work, then I guess I'm going to go to work with them, whatever. Well, and so after that, let me see, I went to Defiance when I was 12 years old. I went back I went back to Cleveland when I was 16. So I went to, I didn't get to go to, I went to Defiance High School for a little bit. I was a little nerd, but at the same time I was a little bad, because the teachers there was, not all the teachers were like really good teachers, if you know what I mean, as far as towards black people. So, and then my brother, he didn't make it no better, because it was times I was in classes with him. Don't ask me how, I don't know, because he was in a higher grade, but we ended up in the same class together. But, and one of the teachers got smart with him and put his hands on him and told him that he had to get out the class. Well, one thing, you got smart with him, and my dad always raised us not to get smart to, with the elders or anything, but Sam, he just had to be slick mouth, and I kept telling him to shut up. But he turned around and said something, and then the male teacher ended up snatching him up, and I told him to get his hands off my brother, and if he don't get his hands off my brother, I was going to punch him. So he turned around and made Sam get all his books and stuff, and was like dragging him kind of sort of to the door, and I jumped up and I punched the teacher in his face. Is this something to be proud of? No, but at the end of the day, you don't treat kids like that, you know what I'm saying? I got in trouble with my dad about that, but at the end of the day, I still stuck up for my brother, because you just don't do kids like that, and you're not going to treat him like he's trash. If you say get up and get out of my class and he don't move, that's when you go get the principal or something. You don't put your hands on no child, period. But he did. And at the time, of course, we were teenagers, but yeah, we both got in trouble. He got suspended, I got suspended, and that was that. But that was like the only bad incident that I had at that school. And other than that, I didn't have any other bad incidents. Like I said, I was pretty much a nerd, so I just got good grades. Didn't have to do homework, because I did everything while I was in school, so I didn't have to take nothing home or anything like that. So my dad really didn't have a problem with me at all. It's just that I was bad outside of his sight. You know, call myself trying to drink. That didn't do no good because it tastes like poison going down your throat. You know, so typical trying to be a teenager. You know, the majority of my friends, Hispanic and white, I didn't have too many. I had probably like, a handful of black friends, if that. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking on 5 fingers, if that, literally. You know, so then when I moved back to Cleveland, East Cleveland, I ended up going back on my 10th grade year. And I didn't play with my mom at all. My mom did not play. Her main thing was education, or you can get out her house. Well, guess what? I was the last of the Mohican because I stayed in education. I loved school, got straight A's. I went to Shaw High School, yay Cardinals. Anyway, and I was a straight A student. However, I did get an F in English literature. Why? Because I did not understand Shakespeare. I do now, but I didn't at the time. It ain't that I didn't understand it. I didn't really want to understand it. But I got an F. So I had all A's and 1 F. So I actually was going to, in my mind, I was thinking of committing suicide because I'm like, I am the only child that my mom have that is graduating. And it was like, when I got that F, it was like a possible non-graduate, and that just took a toll on me. I wasn't depressed or anything like that. Like I said, I had a great childhood. You know, didn't really, when I moved back to Cleveland, I didn't really deal with nobody because I don't mingle like that. You know, if it wasn't family, I really didn't mingle. I didn't really too much go around my family. I go see my little sisters every now and then. Go to my other sister's house and get my niece and take her shopping and stuff like that. Boyfriends, I didn't really think about no boys because I had better things to do. I had things on my mind. I had missions to accomplish. But I did get a boyfriend, but you know how them crushes go. You ain't having sex, they don't want to deal with you. But hey, it is what it is. I don't care. You know, but after that, let me see. I ended up pulling that A. I ended up pulling that A up to that F up to a B. It took a lot of hard work, and then on top of that, I stopped thinking about committing suicide because that only went through and then left. I ended up punishing myself by not going to my senior prom. That was a doozer. I think I should have went because they seemed like they had so much fun. And then after prom, of course, people go to Cedar Point and stuff like that. So I ended up not going to prom because I, wanted to make up on getting that F up. And I ended up getting it up to a B, which was really good. So I graduated as a high honor roll student. I graduated in 1990. And so, let me see. From their point on, I had a choice. My father gave me a choice. Did I want a car or did I want him to pay for my college? Well, I wanted a car. However, I didn't know how to drive. So that didn't sit well. But I ended up moving here to Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne's not a bad place. It's not a bad place at all. It's definitely not a bad place to raise your kids. You're going to find crime everywhere. So it's not a bad place to raise your kids. I just had bad experiences here in Fort Wayne. And hey, I made bad choices, but guess what? I owned them choices, and I ended up correcting those choices, those bad choices that I made. I'm not speaking upon having kids. That's never a bad choice to me because I love my kids. And me and my kids are very, very tight. We're extremely tight. I'm a family person. I'm a family woman. Always been, since I was a kid, I always loved to do things with family. I got families all over the place. I'm close to my mom's side of the family. My dad's side, we have such a huge family. I don't know all of them, but I do know the ones that's in Detroit, the one that's in Tennessee, California. It's like I said, we got family all over the place. In Flint, Michigan, Sagamore, Michigan, got a lot of family all over the place. My mom have people in Mississippi still, California still, Chicago. Majority of her family is in Chicago. I got crazy family in Chicago. Cleveland, we just got family everywhere. But I ended up moving to Cleveland, Fort Wayne. I came to Fort Wayne by myself. I ended up bringing my little sister down with me after, a few years of, being on my own. And then helped her get on her feet, and then she branched out on her own and did her thing, had her family or whatever. She's married, live in another little town in Indiana. She's doing, pretty good from what I know. Have children, and of course, like I said, you guys know I have 7 children. People always ask me how many kids, fathers that I have. I don't elaborate on that because, like I said, there's certain things that I talk about in my life, and certain things that I don't talk about because everything is not meant to be in people's ears, and everything is not meant to be on video. So I don't elaborate on that. Just know I have pretty good relationships with everybody's dads. The kids have good relationships with their dads, you know what I'm saying? They love J. Michael as their stepdad, think he's funny, and think he's a little cuckoo, but not cuckoo on the bad side or nothing like that. Cuckoo like in a good way, because he's real good with kids and everything. I bought my house. I'm a homeowner, of course. I'm pretty sure everybody know that. What I did, I ended up, because my credit was bad at the time. So, in this job that I worked at, I worked there for 10 years, close to 10 years. And the money that I made was really, really good money. So, I was able to clean up my credit. And I ended up cleaning up my credit. I went broke quite a bit, but it was okay because you got to make sacrifices for your family, and that's what I'm about, sacrifices and family, you know what I'm saying? Because, I was on Section 8 I'll probably say I was on Section 8 probably 14, 15 years, or whatever, but the majority of it was fluctuating because they didn't pay all my rent at all, and then I was on there for quite some years paying my full rent. So I ended up, signing a letter, writing them a letter and letting them know, I'm signing myself off the program. I am self-sufficient. I make pretty decent money. Let someone else take advantage of the program because, and I thank them for everything. You don't ever feel ashamed to be on Section 8 because that is, a step up. Sometimes that's a step up depending on how you use the program, because sometimes people utilize the program wrong, but if you use the program the right way, I think you'll succeed very well. And I was on a program for, like I said, 14, 15 years until I got myself off of it, and I've always paid rent. It's not like they paid all of my rent. That never went down because I never not had a job, and the only time I didn't work as if I was on maternity leave. Other than that, I had a job and I still had income coming in, but anyway, back to the homeowner thing. So so anyway, I ended up getting my credit back up really good, and I ended up buying my first home. When I bought my first home, it was kind of hard buying the house. Reason being is because I wanted to be in a certain neighborhood because I wanted my kids to go to a certain school district, and so therefore, but then looking at the houses, at first they have this certain price on the house, but then when you're like, okay, I'm interested, and about the time they get done with all their numbers, it was this one house. It was extremely beautiful. About the time that man got done with the house, with everything, and then it makes it so bad. He had all the paperwork filled out and everything. I don't like dealing with people like that. Fast talkers is something, you can't fast talk me at all. I was, when I worked at Midwest Direct, one thing my supervisor taught me is fast talking people is not to be trusted, and trust and believe. He came with the contract and everything. Now the house was like $70,000, but about time this man got done, he added an extra $28,000, so it was like $98,000 for the house, and I'm just like, nah, baby, it is not that deep to me at all, because that meant I would have been paying shoot, like over $1,000-some mortgage, and I have kids. No, I have to budget, so I'm like, no, I'm cool on that. So I ended up getting the house that I have now. Got it. And instead of me, and what makes it so great with my bank is when I ended up doing all the paperwork and everything, instead of me giving them money to move into the house, I actually got $1,000 back, and I just used that to like get things for my house and stuff like that. And so I didn't have to put anything down on my house at all. I just had to sign the paperwork and everything, and then like my what do you call it? Oh my goodness, because it's been so long. I've been in this house for a while now. I forgot what it's called, but they ended up giving me $1,000. You know, so and that's how I had my house. And I kept my house. My house, I still, you know, it's in good state. It's time for me now to start looking for a new house. You know, my kids, all the kids that I brought in when Darion came into this house, he was a baby. He was like, if 1 year old, I'll probably say 1 year old, yeah. So I've been in this house going on, it's actually 13 years, going on 14 years. But it's been still in really good shape. Outside is really good shape, things like that. Keep the yard up and everything really good. So when I sell the house, I would get a, you know, and then plus I used to have like a family room, and I broke that down and made that a master bedroom. So I have a, and then I had like a, when I first bought this house, it was like a 4 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms and a bath and a half. And I had the half bathroom. And then it was like a living room, kitchen, and a family room or a sitting room, or whatever people want to put it. And what I ended up doing was breaking down the family room and made that, because my bedroom was actually small, and made that into a big family room. So now it's a big family room. And it was actually not my idea, because I didn't want, to be honest, did not want my family room to be touched. But then J. Michael ended up talking to me, and then the kids was like, yeah, Mom, you need to switch this house around and stuff like that. So then they ended up, you know, letting me see what the outlook was going to be once they get it done. And it's almost done now. Still just got a little couple of things, but that's about it. I'm sorry, I got allergies. This pollen is killing me. So it's now a 4 bedroom and 2 baths. And our bathroom in our room is what you want to call it, a master bathroom or something, if that even makes sense to some people. And then we have the regular bathroom, whatever. So I have 3, and then I have the two-car garage. The garage, pretty big size garage, where I used to park my BMW at, like in the winter time, so they won't get, you know, messed up or anything. Well, of course, you all know I don't have a BMW no more, but still, it's a really good house, and we'll be selling it soon and getting us a new house, you know, further out. It's time to move into a different district, and let somebody else enjoy this house, you know. But anyway, back to me. I just wanted to let you guys know, you know. And so I had my first child when I was 19 years old. I had my last child, which is Darion, when I was 36 years old. And like I said, my kids, they got some years apart with each other, so they're not like back-to-back kids or anything like that. It's just 2 that's like that. And I really don't know what else to say about me. I'm a pretty interesting person. You get to know me. I'm really nice. I am selfish, bullheaded, put it like that. I am bullheaded, put it like that. I ain't gonna say selfish. I've never been selfish because I will give you my last if I have it. Even if you don't think I don't have it, I would say I have it and give it to you, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll just wait till next pay period or whatever, this, that, and the other. But I've stopped doing that because living check by check is not always good anymore. So I, save, money and stuff like that. But I'm a good person, cool person. I believe I'm a good woman, a great mom, great friend. I don't have many friends, and I like it that way. It's not by choice. It ain't by, I'm very picky about friends. I'm just really picky about friends, and like I said, I don't have no bad, what you want to call it, rumors about me about, oh, she's, a shit starter, or she, excuse my language, or she, messy and stuff like that. I don't have that at all. Always smiling, even on my bad days. You'll never see me looking bad. You'll always see me smiling, because at the end of the day, God woke me up to see that day. God has blessed me with that day, and God's going to see me through whatever it is that I'm going through. So I'm always, keep a smile on my face. Try to anyway, and I really I don't know what's more that there to say about me. Nothing really, nothing at all. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on this channel real quick and just say hey, and say hi to everybody, because I haven't been doing many videos at all, and it's because I've been, my job is it keeps me pretty busy. So when I get on pretty, exhausted, so I just let everybody kind of like do their own videos. Sometimes jump in with being, and every blue moon or whatever. But I just wanted to say hi to everybody and happy Memorial Day. Have a great day and all that good stuff behind it. Hope you guys are cooking, being safe, and enjoying your dinner and your family members, and condolences to the ones that we have lost. So with that being said, this is Mom Celena, and I am signing out. Until next time.